Hi everybody, I'm Greg from Kaivac Tech Support. Today we're going to show you how to change out an electric box assembly on this 2150. Most of the time it's easier just to change out this whole assembly. It is kind of difficult to get in here and replace individual parts. So we're going to show you how to do that. So first thing you need to do is get your pressure hose off and disconnected, and then we're going to get it up on a table so that we can work under the bottom and disconnect some hoses. So let's get it up here on the table. You want to make sure you don't have very much water in either tank. A little bit in your clean water tank isn't going to hurt you though. Alright, so once you got it up on a table, you want to remove these 6 screws that hold the bottom cover plate off. Alright. Then we want to remove over here on the side, there is a little clamp that holds the pressure hose. So I'm going to remove that. Alright, once you got your cover off, if you look up in here, you got 3 wires coming down from the electric box. There's a red, a blue, and a black. So you can do a couple of things here. You can either go ahead and just cut these 3 wires and then butt splice them back together again if you don't want to mess with all this wiring down here. But we're going to actually disconnect them. So I'm going to cut this nylon tie strap off of here. Get 2 of my wires. So we are going to, again, we're only worried about the black, the blue, and the red that's coming from the electric box. So the red wire here on our bridge rectifier, pop that off. Blue wire, which is our back motor wire, it's actually going from here to the hour meter and then back to the back motor. Disconnect the blue wires to make sure that we don't mess that one up. And then our black wire, common, comes here. Alright, so now our wiring is disconnected. So we're going to disconnect the pulse hose, which connects to our Herc hose. Disconnect that. And then we're going to go up top here, and there's 2 flathead screws that hold this electric box on. So once we remove these, we should be able to pull this electric box right up out of the channels. This may take a couple of going back and forth. Make sure everything's going through, not hooking on anything. So as you can see, comes right up. It's a tight fit. I think we can get it back. So there's our electric box assembly. All right, so we got the new electric box assembly. I like to put it in with the machine standing up. So when you get this, you'll notice these wires are taped to one of the hoses. The wires are taped to the hose that goes to the inside cavity. This is the hose that goes to the pump. The hose that does not have the wires taped is the one that's going to come to the outside. So the first thing you want to do is feed your wires down into the channel. Then you're going to feed the hose that's attached to that one. And then the other one. So once we've got that down there, notice our wires actually came out. It's okay. But just on the inside, you can't see it, but there's a hole here. I can feel it with my fingers. But you're going to take and make sure those wires go down into that hole. And then we're going to lay it down. Lift it up. Make sure our wires, so here's our 3 wires. This, you're going to have to look up here. You can see, it's hard to see up in there, but you notice the where I got the hoses positioned. So we're going to feed that down into there, and pull this one out through there. Come back in here. We've got our hose with our wires connected to it. We've got our hose that goes to our pressure hose up there. Now, you want to stand this up again to get the bolts in the electric box. That can be a little bit tricky. Notice there's 2 inserts here for the bolts that are going to be coming through. Where's my bolts? So, drop the bolts down in there. And you just want to kind of peek up here, make sure you're not caught on these wires. Line that one up. A lot of times you can get one started. That one I got lined up. This other one, you gotta kind of use your screwdriver to get that one to line up. There we go. All right. So once you line up that second one, snug that one, snug that one. So if you're doing this on an older machine, before you remove these bolts, take a can of penetrating lubricant and come in. There's a little gap on the side over here, and there's another one on the other side, just a small gap. And you can actually come in with that little red straw, and you want to just spray right about, it's hard to see, but you can get a good guess of about where that is, and just give it just a couple little squirts a half hour before you start this, so you don't end up pulling those inserts out. But if it's a newer one, that shouldn't be an issue. Once you get that tightened, you're going to lay it back down. And we're going to lift it up. So, let's get our wires. We're going to find our bridge rectifier. We've got the open terminal. So it's going to be for our red wire. It's going to be for our red wire coming from the top. I'm going to go on the open terminal of this bridge rectifier. Then we're going to take our blue, which is our vacuum wire. So we can find our black wire coming from the vac, and it splits. One side goes to the hour meter, the other to the vac. We're going to connect that. And then last is our common wire, which is going to go to one of these two coming off of the main pigtail. Then we're going to reconnect our perk hose to our pulse hose, just right here. Try to do this so you can see it. Just pull back on the sleeve. Slide it in until it locks. So there you have it. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up all our wires. You can get us a nylon tie strap and clean these up a little bit. Let me grab one. Doesn't have to be real tight, just enough to kind of keep everything together. Then we're going to grab our self tapper and our clamp. Put our clamp back on. Put our clamp back on. Doesn't have to be super tight, it's enough to hold it in place. And we're going to put our bottom cover plate back on. there's a hole in the bottom cover plate. You're going to line that up with your vac motor. Hitting these screw holes, there's really nothing in there that, so you don't over tighten them. If you need to do new holes, that's fine if they don't line up perfect. One. And she's ready. So that's how you replace the electric box assembly on a 21 gallon unit. So